and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm doing another color challenge. The color challenge this time is some spicy, holiday spicy oranges and lemons and whatnot. So orange and yellow is the theme this week, and I'm going a little bit different direction. I'm going to start out, I'm putting down some gesso because where the gesso is, it'll sort of act as a resist, but it will take things differently. And this will kind of give it a stained glass effect maybe. On the other one I did, you won't be able to see it or I'd show you, but I did quilted crop circles, which would kind of remind you of oranges a little bit. So I'm just lightly putting on some gesso here and there, not necessarily covering the whole thing. Just taking out my gesso and just kind of putting it to the side like that. And I'm going to do more than one design, which is partly why I'm not just covering the whole thing. I'm going to intersperse some other things. So we've got that one, and then I don't know where my other asymmetric writing is, but I'm going to move this one. And when I do inks, I tend to do more than one page at a time because I don't want to waste ink for one, and also I want to words are hard. Trying to do stuff and talk at the same time, it's really hard. I tend to smush pages on top of other pages as part of it. So the direction doesn't matter. It's fake writing. It's asymmetric writing. That looks like a paw print. Do I want any more? Maybe a little bit. Maybe right here. Maybe a little bit up here coming. Not the same. Here we go. Oh, that'll be good right there. Kind of coming down with it. There we go. And you'll see it more when I put the ink on. And so yeah, let's do a little bit of this one maybe. This one also will give kind of give you the thought of oranges without actually being an orange. And I'll try to get different parts of the stencils. Go up in the corner with that one maybe. And I'm just using makeup sponge, inexpensive. And I know some people, I was surprised. Who was I watching? Was it Lee? She said she tends to focus on the middle and forgets about the edges. I have the opposite issue. I tend to focus on the edges and forget about the middle. So, yeah. Alright, I need a little bit more something over here. I can turn it over. I'm allowed. And they can overlap too. That's not a big deal. So this is just the precursor to the color, basically. I thought I had 4 pieces. I do have 4 pieces. I know you can't, you probably can't see that. Yes, you get to just watch me put stuff on that you can't see. I'm going to pause. I'm going to do this in a few more places, and then I'll be back with color. I did forget to mention that the paper I'm using is just watercolor paper, 140 pound. I got it at Walmart, so it's not like super. It is just the Bee Inspired Bee Paper Company. It's 140 pound. For what I do, it's good enough. So let me start with the one I did. I did a really thin layer, so it dried pretty quickly. So I've got at least 4 sheets here to start with. Got a piece of plastic, which I'll just use this side. I have sprays. I have distress inks. I have some distress oxides. I don't know where my distress spray oxides. I forgot to check to see if I had any of those in yellow and orange. Because I don't know. No, I do not. I've got pumice stone. Yeah, I'm not going to look through my re-inkers right now. I buy re-inkers in bulk sometimes. So I may have colors that I wouldn't normally have. All right, let me start with light. Go light to dark or dark to light? I'm going to start with light. The lightest one I have here is Antique Linen. So I'm just going to spray that on there. So for those of you who like when I just smush paper, pure luck. I did it the other day, not on camera. Sorry. Didn't mean to do it off camera. All right, see, and then I usually will take another piece and smush that on there. And I'm just going to go through the colors that I have here. I have all colors that will, oh, there we go. This one's going to be double-sided. So let's see, the next color, we have a bright mustard seed. Let's do Scattered Straw. It's okay, it can blend with the other one. I could put even more than one color on here. It's all good. Oh, and then sometimes I will also spray the paper first. It gives it a different kind of effect. And let me do that one on top. That is a nice spicy yellow, the Scattered Straw. Not hating it. Okay. Now I'm going to maybe do one of the light orangey ones. Saltwater Taffy has some pink. This one's Spice Marmalade. I mean, how can you, it's got the word spiced right in it. It's that, I think that's probably why I wanted to do the inks, because I knew that I had some that are, oops, that's a piece of cardboard. I knew I had some with, you know, spiced and rusty and, you know, all the things. Lost a lot of yellow? Well, maybe not. Maybe not as much as I think. And I'm just pretty random with how I do it. And a little bit, so you could start to see a little bit the gesso there. Let me add some spice marmalade. Has to be on all of them, right? Where did it go? It's right there. Spice marmalade. And then if I want to use my Rusty Hinge Oxide, I should use that soon, because that one's more opaque. And Oxide is more opaque than the inks. And they are all reactive to water. And so, you know, even when I let them, I will get different effects if I let them dry in between. But they still will get affected by it. But let's go ahead and do some Rusty Hinge Oxide. I also have the spray, but the Oxide is going to be different than the spray. So I'm just going to put that on there, spray it with water. Get it so it doesn't look like squares. We don't want squares. And I take that one, just smushing it. Or I could even, if I wanted to see more what I'm doing, I could smush that part. But it seems messier that way. All right, I'm going to take one of my other papers, my other, like this one here, that I was smushing up. Like I'm going to change, I'm not going to smush the same two papers together every time. Let's put it that way. All right, I'm going to dry these real quick and I'll be right back. Shoot, I waited too long to make my videos. Now I'm going to have to, I don't know, be fast. Just realized it's 4 o'clock and it's Tuesday. I need to, well, I don't need to. I want to. What? You want me? I'm going to do some, what is that one? Vintage Photo. Because I want a little bit of depth in the background with some darker color. Get the middle. Do the middle too, lady. And also, you know, it'll brown out some of the pinks and, not pinks, yellows. Make them not too bright, although I don't, you know, a little bright yellow is okay. And then I think this one, I'm going to spray where I want to spray ooh. I'm going to throw things and I'm going to make a mess. Yep, that's what I do. That's how we roll in the Shire. There's no Shire here, but you know. Put aside. Okay, I must need to refill my water bottle too. Alright, I sprayed that one first just because it will give a little bit more of a different something. Now I'll move to another orange, I think. Oh, they're just all going to be different, and that's what's great about it. Let's see. I haven't done mustard seed yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Do a little bit of water and try to get where I don't have a lot of ink yet. Fill in those white spaces, which white's nothing wrong with white. It's okay to have white spaces. I tend to want to add my white spaces afterwards with like splatters and stuff like that. So, you know, there's that. Stop throwing things. Why? Why is it with the throwing things? Sorry, Mariah. This is not straight, is it? I don't do straight. I just, when I'm doing ink, it's just, you know, do your best to keep up, I guess. I kind of go crazy. Let's see. What do I want to do next? I have some colors that in the inks that I don't have, like bright persimmon. Let's go ahead and do that. It's got a little bit more red to it, which we're okay with. We like that. Oh my goodness, I do need my spray bottle can't decide what it wants to do. Let's see, this one definitely needs, let's see how it's going to do before I go putting it on. Oh yeah, that's good. Where's one that needs, this one I think. Okay, getting some good depth back there. Just gonna spray it a little bit so it spreads a little bit. Just want my inks to spread a little bit, and then I might go ahead and add some antique, whoops, spray it the right direction, get some antique linen going on there, get it a little dirty. That's what it does. Antique linen just kind of makes it look dirty, doesn't it? Alright. Okay. I think we have a good base on these, so I'm going to leave them to dry. And I might do a little spray here and there, and then I will be back for the next layer. Okay, it's been a minute or a second for you guys, and it's been a day for me. Sorry, that fell on the floor. I think I want to use that. I am going to add some stenciling now and some stamping, I think. I did do a little more gesso on top of this one, and it's not perfectly white because some of the color will wick up through the gesso, which is, you know, what I wanted. I think I'm going to do some of this, and I think I'll do it in permanent. So I'm going to take Monarch Orange, and I'm also going to remember that sometimes it goes off the page. Oh, that tape. I think I had that taped onto something, but, you know. Now the tape is gross, and you don't want to look at that. So I'm just going to take this and put it in random spots. Hopefully I get it covered. Kind of hard to cover a big stamp like this with a little itty bitty inker pad. Do I want this one? Yeah, I think I want this one. I know, it's already pretty busy, but just kind of randomly here and there, and it'll show wherever it shows, and it won't be real detailed, but it'll add, like, you know, some color, a darker orange, which is good. And this one, we have the Asemic writing and those little starry circly thingies. I think I definitely want to do some other stenciling. I think I might do this one. What color? Where's my orange? That's red. one looks like orange. Yep, orange. Take the Monarch again. Especially where there's these brown parts, more brown, I'm going to add that. And then the brown should show through a little bit. Not much. Let's try it on a lighter spot. Maybe that'll be more fun. I don't know. This looks giraffe-y. That's all right. We'll just do it a few more places. Hey, giraffe, there's nothing wrong with it being giraffe. It's supposed to be crackly, but because it's orange and brown, you get a little bit more crackle look. And I'm just kind of doing it randomly here and there. Just want to get that corner covered. It was totally white. Cover some of these white areas. Hopefully you're all in screen. Let's see. So yes, I did go and watch Pam Artist Studio. That's why it's the next day, which is all good. And it's hubby's day off. Well, he's off. He only works 4 days, so he's off a lot. So he's upstairs watching stuff. And then that orange is a little bright. I wonder if Dad's looking for something. Nope, he just was walking past. Just happened to be looking at stuff while he was walking past. Maybe some of this stencil. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way it goes. So what color though? This orange. I'm gonna try the fossilized amber only because I want to see if it probably won't show because it's light. But I'm going to try it on a light spot and just see what happens. I see something happening. Nope, can't see it at all. Not even a little bit. What about the mustard, which is a brighter yellow? Ooh, or rusty hinge. Ooh, let's get that all over my finger. Crumbs! I just used that on with the yellow. Let me switch to my orange one. Get that off of there. Where'd the orange one go? I don't know if he's looking for stuff or what. He's just there. That's better. Just looking for some interest here and there. And then I'm going to be cutting these up. We'll cut one of them up. I don't know if I'll cut all of them up. Sometimes I like to save them in case I decide, because I don't always know what size I want. That one was not as dark, was it? Of course, if I use the oxide, it would definitely show because that is more opaque. But I don't always and I don't always want that much of a, sometimes I like that it's a hint of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And I like to come in off the sides here and there. I really only have to do one of these. I just was inking them all because that's how I ink. All right, so that is nice. Let's get some, whoops, yep, I still need to do those even though Christmas is over. Yeah, I'll do the rusty hinge again. Or I could have done, I've got spice marmalade too. That will, maybe I'll do, since I don't have rusty hinge on this one, do it on here, and then I'll do a different one. Now, if you don't like where there's a lot of white showing, you could just take some of the ink. You could either use a stencil or just brush some ink on there, like that. There you go. White is gone if you don't want the white. Because I don't have a problem with white, but I kind of like to determine where the white is on my own. I don't like to be told where the white goes by where I miss spots. Orange, spice marmalade. I was going to use a brighter orange. and see how that goes. Just kind of, whoops, that one went a little crooked. I don't like when it goes crooked. How about some spots? Let's hope the rulers aren't in your face. Orange Blossom? Did I do Orange Blossom? I did Monarch Orange. Let's do the Orange Blossom. Getting a smaller pattern on here, and it's not super dark. Well, there was probably brown on here before. That's why, whoops. Which is why we're getting, it's a little bit more brown. Probably because there was, I don't know what color was on here. I was just playing with inks the other day, and who knows what color is on here. Or maybe that's what the Orange Blossom, yeah, maybe that's how it looks like. Which is good. I like it. It's a different, something different. There we go. A little bit over here maybe. Alright, I think this one's good. I think I'm good with how this one is looking. It's got lots of orange and yellow, and we cut it up. It should look really cool. I say that, but now I kind of want to add a little bit of script. Is that the, no, that's the spring words, I think. We'll do that one, I guess. I had all my stuff out the other day. And, oh, that's right, I've got these as well. I thought it'd be fun to use. Okay. That I'll use on something. Alright, so I'm going to do this in, where's my brown espresso? I don't want to really go black. Ooh, I have the wild honey still too. I'll do that on one of my lighter ones. I should be able to do that. I swear I got out. Oh, I got out ground espresso stain. That's what it was. Well, let's just use this timber. Now, I guess it doesn't matter which way I go because it's all going to get cut out and... Okay, but at least there's words on the back so I can see how far down the rabbit hole I'm going. I think this is from Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I'm just getting some, just little tiny words on there, just for the fun of it. Just because we can. Should we finish the other ones? Alright. I've got some stamping. Oh, I want to do some stenciling. This is one I already have on there. I'm going to repeat it with a darker color. Oh, you might be able to do wild honey on this one. Because it's got a lot of light spots. And the wild honey is fairly dark. So I'm repeating the same stencil that I used here with the gesso. I'm just doing it in another color. And in different places. Or it might even overlap a little bit, and that's okay. And I went both directions because, like I said, I'm going to be cutting this up. Who knows? And it just will add some interest to have it go in both directions. That one I don't really see. Do you? These particular stencils I just got on Amazon. Inexpensive. I think I had like, what, 6 or 8 at a time for a decent amount of money. See, that's not really showing, but it's taking out a lot of the white. The really white. So I like that it's doing. It's just real subtle. Okay. It's so subtle you can't even see it. That's how subtle it is. Let's see. That was Rusty Hinge. Where's the cover for, there it is. Might do some, not that one. Seriously, people, I throw stuff and then I can't find it. Spiced marmalade. Let's try some of that. And I'm going to do these funny, wonky looking. This one's, is it Stencil Girl products that Carolyn Doobie sells through? That's where this one's from. No, all I can see a tiny bit, not much. Stamping will definitely give more coverage, also a darker color. And I'm kind of doing a lot of tone on tone. But I also want something besides just straight yellow right here. So just trying to bring in something. Yes, I know it's very busy. Because of all the inks and stuff, it does feel quite busy. I feel like if there's like an all over something that I could do, that it might help. But I think for now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take the timber. We're going down. Yellow and timber. I don't know the words to songs. That's the problem. Is yeah, I could sing songs and whatnot, but I don't know the words. So I can only sing certain parts of the songs. Okay, so this will add a little, as Carrie would say, some drama. It's not black. It looks black, but it's actually a timber brown. Oh, that's right, because I sang the song. So you probably know that. Some script. What did I do with my big script? More music? Maybe music? Sweet music. We got music in there. Frayed burlap, oxide. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I know some people love frayed burlap or flayed burlap. I don't know. How is it that the lovely Barbara says it? So cute. Just getting a little bit of interest in the background here and there. Going every which direction. Don't know how much is actually left on the stamp. So there we go. Just a little bit of music. I don't know what you can see. Alright, I'm going to call that one then. Move on to the next one. This one's really light. Definitely not a lot of spice going on here. Just a little bit in the background of that gesso. Let's do something. Maybe do like quite a bit of one of these stencils with a nice bold. Here, let's just spray it. Rusty Hinge. And then pick up that and put it over here. That didn't help. Alright, so we got a little bit of lines going on there. And it still seems a little bit wet over here. What did that add to that one? Just a little bit of reddish. It's kind of bloody, actually. Remember, this is going to get cut up. It's all okay. That got a lot of darkness on there now. I'm going to set that to dry. Oh, I'm going to have to dry these. Hold on. I'm going to pause you while I do that. Okay, found another stencil. I'm going to kind of come in from the corners. Not perfectly. Not exactly. Ooh, right persimmon. It's a little more pink than orange maybe, but kind of. Just adding, stenciling, whatever stencils you have. They don't have to be, you don't have to use the whole stencil. Just getting some interest going on here and there. I just like these little swirly bits here. That's the most part I want going. Ow. I do not like how it's cutting my finger. That's why I like the PM Artist Studio stencils, because they're made of Yupo and they don't cut me. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's just truth telling here. What about me? I don't think that's a song. Maybe keep that right up, straight up. And you can sort of see the shape, but you can definitely see the color. And it's more about color for me here, especially where I'm trying to get where it's really light and I just want a little more depth in there and darkness. And hello, darkness. Oh, Gail made me laugh. Because she was just making a comment, said something about darkness, and then said my old friend. Didn't even sing it, just kept on with the, we'll add some darkness, my old friend. I think I can't remember which video it was. I commented on it, because I got to comment on that stuff. I'm like, that's why I relate to you so well. The songs come to your head too, even if you promise not to sing them, which I don't think Gail sings that bad. So, hey, if she wants to sing, I say go for it. I know when my son is humming, it means he's happy. So, if I'm singing, it might mean I'm happy. So, be happy that I'm happy. All right, this one I think is the one I want to cut up, because just this big blotch is bugging me, but once we cut it up, it'll be perfectly fine. So let's finish this one real quick. I just want to, I got a lot of brown on this one. Oh, also, hold on, let me go back to this one real quick, because I didn't do any stamping of any sort. Whoops. Let's just do some vintage photo. Try not to get it on the, so it's really light. Like I said, I tend to focus on the edges and forget about the middle. The opposite of some people. Going off the page is never bad. Of course, ones like these, I like to keep straight, and that's hard to do. All right, put that one to the left, because we're going to work on that one some more. Fossilized amber. Let's do that. Oh, that's right. I ended up adding ink to that one. Let's see. Just get around the edges here, where it's really white, and bring that out. And I think I want to go ahead and do some, maybe not black splatters, but definitely some white splatters. And maybe some like really dark brown splatters, maybe, or gold, maybe gold splatters. How's that sound? Gold splatters would add to the spicy holidayness of what we're going for. The reason I don't want to do black is because, you know, we don't want it to be looking too Halloween. Now, I'm still going to do this, but I also think that I'm going to find a baby wipe. I know I have them. They can't, oh my word, seriously. Could have sworn I just had one the other day. I mean, I had the whole, I moved it is what probably happened. Of course, the more likely story is that I moved something on top of it. So I'm going to take a baby wipe and go through the stencil and try to lift up some of what's there. I'm not seeing it lift. Let's try this really dark spot here. I mean, you can see it on the tissue, but where's my water? Oh, sorry. I don't think I hit you. No, I didn't hit you. Alright, I never did put water in this thing. I swear there's got to be something in there. Yep. Got something. Just needed more wet. Like I said, these are distress inks, so they are activated by water. So I'm I don't see a lot coming off. I don't know. The hope was that I would be able to get some of that to come off. And all I'm doing is getting pieces of my... You're just ripping up a baby wipe is what I'm doing. Alright, let's see. I'm getting a little soap on there, it looks like, too. Let me dry it and see if anything happens. I got nothing. Alright, I've got my gesso here. And I've got my gold. I should have... Oh, here. This might be... Antique bronze. That might be fun. Want to use that one? For splatters. And a brush. Oh, my word. Who knows what I just ran over? Anybody? Anybody know? Alright, this is kind of a big brush, but it's what I've got. Once I find the... That brush, there's a little one. There's a little-ish one. Alright. So, I'll do this with the antique bronze. Whoops. It's fairly thin already. So I don't think I need to water that one down. Or maybe I do. Where's that piece of plastic? There it is. Okay. You know what that means. I'm going to have to go put water in my water bottle. See, it seems liquidy to me. Put a little gesso over it. Put a little gesso over here. Got too much water there, but I kind of want to... There we go. I want it nice and watery, I think. Maybe not that watery. Alright, definitely got watery. We should get splatters. I have a splatter box. Do you think I ever use it? Not sure why I bought it. Because I have to go get it to use it. That's the problem. That looks pretty liquidy. Okay. Let me move this to the side-ish. And let's go ahead and do some ink splatters. See where I'm going with this. Do you need to watch them all? I mean, I could save time if I just paused and did it and then came back and showed them all to you. But maybe you like watching the splatters where they don't make a mess in your office studio. They only make a mess in my studio. But they do help to break up that big blotch right there. And I will probably make tags and whatnot. I might even, maybe I'll take one of these and make them as a cover, or maybe even like an ephemera holder, and then have all kinds of orange and yellow ephemera inside. But for today, I'm going to take one of these and cut them up, and we'll blind cut it. I know how much fun that is. You guys really like the blind cutting. What is blind cutting? It's where I put it upside down and we cut it, and we don't see what it is until after we cut it. You know, that's all it is. Or, I don't know. It seems like there should be a better word for it than blind cutting. Discovery cutting. we discover cut. We cut it, and then we discover what we cut. Some people like splatters, some people don't. I am definitely a lover of splatters. I think it just adds a little something that's fun in my humble, I do what I like opinion. I don't even, oh, crumbs. Let's see. That's the mess. Just carefully set that over there. Try not to get the rabbit covered, and I have a little stuffed rabbit that you probably heard the paper go past because that's where the microphone is. Because I figure the rabbit is soft, so I put the microphone on the rabbit just to give it a little bit of cushion behind it. This is not, well, it's there, but you can barely see it. That's all right. It's not, it'll hopefully show enough that it will. I mean, I feel like I'm getting, there we go. I feel like I'm getting plenty on the brush, but then when I tap it, I didn't really feel like I was getting much coming off the brush. That's the one we're cutting, right? So I'll need to dry that one. And I feel it getting back. Sometimes it works better even if you just go like this. You get smaller, well, I'm getting smaller splatters when I do this anyway. And you don't hurt your finger. That's the key, don't hurt your finger. All right, I'm gonna pause for a second while I take care of this. Guess what I did? I set this one on top of that one. Oops. That was unintentional. Let me see if I can blotch some of it off. And now it's in one spot. So now let's make it look intentional. That's what you do. You make a mistake like that, you just do it in more spots so it looks intentional. Of course, this is the one I want to cut, so that means I have to dry it again. What? Hold on, let me take a screenshot real quick. I think I cut off the other video, and I don't know at what, oh, we're doing this upside down. At what point I did that, so I will show you the other ones just in case you missed that one. All right, I'm going to do this one at 4. And then I'm going to do this one at 3.5. And this one, let's see, what is it? It's at 4.5. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then I'm going to do 2.5, 2.5, and let's see, 2.25 this way, maybe. And then this one, that should be 12. I'm going to cut it at, no, it's 4. I'm going to do 4.5. That'll be in half. This one, I'm going to do 6, and then I'll have a piece left over. All right. So now we have things that could be journal cards or tags or pockets. I'm going to just do the corners, round the corners of this. I'm using the 1/2 inch, which means I have to go both directions because it doesn't cut quite right. And then this one, do 1/4 inch. And this one I'll make into a tag. These I'll make into tags. I'll do this one as a journal card. And then I will do things like ink them on the outside, add some number stamps and whatnot, and that will be good. Let's see. And then I will show you the other ones real quick. So, see? Nice fun tag. I do like having this, but I do wish that it made a little bit bigger. If you know of one that makes a bigger, because this is the biggest one that this one makes. So if you know one that makes bigger than that, let me know. Because the other two, like, look, this one's a tinier one. Might not, yeah, that one's really tiny. This one is a little bit bigger, but so you can even do this. You could do all 4 corners, and that kind of looks like you have a big giant ticket. So let me show the other ones real quick in case you missed them. There's that one, and that one, and that one. And, you know, more will get done to them over time. But for now, that's the color challenge. The orange and the yellow spicy funness. And I just wanted to do sprays this time and inks. I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.